You're watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Today, I've got a review of a Gerber Jukebox. This is a little bit of a modern traditional knife, and something a little bit of a departure from the channel. So I don't really do a lot of modern stuff. But let's look at the packaging a little bit first. Here we have this clam pack, and you can see that this comes in 7CR 17 mauve with a plain edge, and they're saying this is a flipper, but really it's more just an extended tang. Has a liner lock and a pocket clip, which is actually deep carry, and it's got front flip for easy deployment. We're calling it the Gerber Jukebox. And it goes into some more detail about the design here, which you can pause and read if you'd like, and then I'll just read this to you quickly. It says the jukebox is a modern twist to an old school classic, paying homage to the knives used by barbers with an everyday carry appeal. This knife leaves an impression with a full-edged blade that is easily deployed for the total EDC package. Okay, well, so there's that. So I guess they're trying to say it's more of a razor, but I don't really see that as being a barber's knife. I see this more as I suppose, a Barlow with a teardrop shape, and then you have this extended tang, like say a rust lock, right? Like your rust lock here, or maybe even like a Higonokami, right? And it's just it's about 5/8 inches long, and then on the back you've got that deep clip. Well, the deep clip may be a deep clip, but then it exposes this extended tang, which I guess, I don't know. I know there's going to be people that are, got that extra tire around their belly, and it's going to poke right into it. So I don't know how useful this would be for putting on your clip for some people. I think if I were to make this an EDC, I would actually just remove that the clip altogether, especially since I'm left-handed. It kind of interferes with the ability to open it a little bit. I mean, it doesn't make it impossible, but there's no question it'd be easier if it wasn't on there. And then, I'd probably carry it with the tang down, so when you sit down, it's outward, not into your leg when you sit down. So, yeah, that's probably what I would do. Either that, or you could actually carry a sheath with this one. Here's a little sheath from Buck. This one was for a 110 LT, and you can see it slips right in there. And then with that tang, you can actually keep it kind of top to bottom. There's just very little movement. So, I mean, there are other options for you there, but yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a challenge for an EDC for me, but I think it's a cool knife, and the fact that it's got the traditional stylings to it makes it appealing to me. I do think these covers are really nice looking, although they're calling this tortoiseshell. I'm not sure I 100% agree with that. It has the tortoiseshell coloring, but the pattern is a little off. This is more of a swirl, just acrylic swirl. Now they offer this in a marble handle as well, and I think this one's considerably more attractive. So you have those two options for you. You got the stainless steel, bolster there, and then it just is a friction folder with two bushings there on the inside. I gave this a little oil, and it was stiff even still, so it wasn't in need of oil. It's just that the tension on that pivot was a little tight. Takes a T9 star, so with the T9 I just loosened it up a little bit, and it made it a whole lot easier to open. Again, the deep pocket clip there. It's got the recessed screws on the clip here, so it's not going to interfere with your pocket. And but again, like I said, if you're a little overweight, that might be poking into your belly with your belly roll. So I can see that being a problem. But yeah, even for a lefty like me, you can either do the transition open like that, and I still can close it without too much issue. Or, just do the full thumb over. A little more awkward for me because, man, I got some serious arthritis right now, and it's freaking driving me nuts. And my pointer finger right here in this knuckle. So anytime I use that finger, which is primary opening finger, it's a little painful. But yeah, this is definitely more for a right-handed person in its current configuration, and I can kind of just do the transition thing here too. It's much easier to close right-handed, but anyway, if you're a lefty, you can manage. You just may want to remove that clip if that's not something you're going to use. Yeah, I think I definitely would if I carried it every day. It would be more of a pain than a benefit. But yeah, I like the styling of this a lot. Again, I think it's like a tear shape handle. It's like not a granddaddy Barlow, but something a little larger than your standard Barlow. I think your standard Barlows are about 3 3/8 inches, and this is right at 4 inches closed, and if you include the tang, it's another 5/8. Let's take a look at the blade a little more here. You got the sheepsfoot blade, which is they're calling a modern sheepsfoot, and full open is about 2 3/4 inches, and then the cutting edge is about 2.5. So this thing is really sharp. They did a good job at the factory sharpening it, even though it's not the most even grind in the world. It's kind of all over the place. But that's kind of what you get nowadays. A lot better on this side, it looks like. This side is just kind of all over the place. It starts out real narrow here and then widens, and then I don't know what's going on there. But it cuts really well, as you can see. I mean, there's no problem cutting. I cut all day long. So I could hold the paper, right? It does have a little bit of a hang up right here, but you could probably strop that out real quickly. But it'll cut, and so I don't have any problem with the sharpness out of the box, other than the uneven grind on it. Could probably be reformed a little better. But interesting little carry here. I don't, like I said, I don't do a lot of these modern style flippers, but I thought this one was just kind of interesting, and I would carry it. I just remove that clip, and then you've got a nice versatile sheep's foot there to do some heavy duty work. This feels really well built. You got the stainless liners. You can look at the lockup there. That's a pretty good lockup. Takes quite a bit to get that liner over. Well, part of the problem for the close is this. See how you have your finger here, and this extended tang kind of gets in the way. So as you're trying to close it, you got to kind of loosen your grip there so you'll allow it to move up. And that's really the main difficulty in closing it. It's much easier to open than close, but hey, you can work around it. It's just something you kind of have to practice a little more with. But again, I just loosened the pivot point there a little bit, and it made a world of difference on the stiffness of the open and close. Got your modern screws here too, so everything about it is modern. Of course, coming from Gerber, that's kind of what you'd expect, because you're not they're not making a lot of traditional knives now. So yeah, just something a little different. And I think this has been out since 2018. And Warthog, I believe, did actual review of this. So shout out to Warthog. Hope he's doing better. We haven't heard from him for a while. It's been about a month since last little update on him telling us that he was feeling better. But he hasn't done any material, so don't know what's going on there. But wish him the best. But that's about gonna do it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of these more modern traditionals. Are they just kind of not hitting the mark for you? Do they not really excite you in the way that just a normal traditional does? I'd like to hear from you. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell so you're made aware of new videos. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.